So funny that Zoom does that now. Okay, so welcome. Wednesday, most of you might not know who I am. My name is Jessica Lanier, and I am the coach of Health Patriot Nation. This is actually our team call time. We have team calls Wednesday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And that's the beauty of this business, right? A lot of people have their team calls at night. I have 3 little tiny humans, 1, 3, and 5 years old. And evenings are family time. So I host my team calls in the morning, and that works best for me. It doesn't work for everybody, and that's okay. But I'm glad that you all could make it. This morning, we are talking about inviting to coaching. I've got some slides that I'm going to share with you guys. When I post the recording, I will also post this slide stack so that you guys can have it, as well as a Google Drive to sample coach invites. Okay, so you're going to have all of that. I also want this to be interactive as much as possible. So if you have questions, please put it in the chat and I will try and keep up with that. Or you can unmute yourself. I will make sure there's a time for that. Please also go through in the chat right now and look at how many other people struggle with inviting to coaching. It's not just you, I promise. So if you're getting in your head and it's like, what's wrong with me? Or, maybe it's just me. I'm just not experienced enough yet. It's not just you. And I think that this definitely needs to dive into. I'm just reading through this right now. Scared of what people will think I'm a weirdo. Scared I can't make it appealing. I don't know why someone else would do it for the reason I do it. Fear of what people will say. Fear of finding people to work the business. Oh my goodness, this letter. Mm-hmm. Struggle with inviting because of my limiting beliefs. Okay, you're all in your head. Confrontation, panic over wording. Okay, so my goal is at the end of this, you will no longer be afraid, and you're actually going to see it as the biggest life-changing gift that you have to offer people. And I'm going to be honest with you, it took me a while to get there. So really quick, whoops, I accidentally almost removed somebody. Sorry. My background, I'm actually a registered nurse, and my bachelor's in nursing. I graduated in 2009 with my nursing degree, and then I went into holistic health and became a certified holistic health coach. And so my coaching was attractive to me because of what we do in helping people in their health. I was super scared to invite to the coaching opportunity because I had the whole, and I was in my head too, of what are people going to think of me? I actually have a degree in this, and now I'm a Beachbody coach. What are people going to think? And then guess what? Coaching has changed the trajectory of my family's life. It has changed my life more than anything. If it's changed your life, raise your hand or put it in the chat too, because we are surrounded here with a growing audience of almost 60 people. And I bet you're here because coaching has had some sort of positive impact in your life as well. That is what you're offering people when you're inviting them to learn more about coaching, right? And that's pretty rad. Let me pull up these slides really quick because we're going to dive into this a little bit more. And we are absolutely going to be sending some invites. Admitting people. I need a side assistant to admit all the people while I pull up the slides. Okay, let me share my screen with you guys. Can you see my screen? Okay, cool. Hold on. More people came in. I don't know if it's going to let me admit people while I'm sharing my screen, which that's going to be a bummer. Okay, I'm not going to make this full screen because I don't think that it will let me add people. Hopefully it's big enough for you guys. Okay, so this is our action hour guide. Action hour because we're actually going to invite people. But at the end of these, you're going to understand why you're inviting to the coaching opportunity, what you're inviting to, who you're inviting, and how to do it as far as what to say, how do I even invite them? There's actually a strategy to this that's going to make it more easy and less awkward. Now, let me preface this by saying everybody does this differently. So I'm just sharing with you what feels good for me, and you need to do what feels good for me, for you. I am not an advocate of reaching out to complete strangers who you've never had any kind of relationship or conversation with before, who's a random person on the internet, and saying, hey, do you want to be a Beachbody coach? Like, I don't know about you, but that would not be appealing to me. I would say, one, who are you? Two, this is some like, what are you trying to manipulate me into? So always make sure that you have some sort of commonality with these people. Okay, let's go backwards a little bit. So first of all, why are we inviting to coaching? First point, this business becomes way more fun when you have a team of working coaches to do it with. I promise you, because the first 2.5 years, I've been a coach for 5.5 years. The first 2.5 to 3 years of coaching, I did it by myself. Always hit Success Club, never missed a month, but I did it all by myself. I built my account, built my husband's account. I found someone else to get to Diamond, went 2-star, built my second business center, helped my mom, and it was not fun that way. It was a lot of hustle. The beauty of our compensation plan and our business model is for you to bring other people in and for you to work this together. And as you do that, this business is substantially more lucrative, but also, point number 2, you have unlimited impact potential with a team versus your own limitations. So I've said it this way before on a call before. I could kill myself trying to help 100 people by myself and let my own ego get in the way. Or I could find 10 awesome friends and I could help 10 of my friends, teach them how to help 10 of their friends. And together we're helping 100 people. You see the difference? That's the beauty of this business model. That's the beauty of inviting to coaching and why it's so powerful, both for our impact and for our income. And like we started in the beginning, this is a life-changing gift that we can share with other people. Now, if you're in your head about this, I'm going to be honest with you, and this is not from a judgmental place because I was there too. It's because you're thinking about yourself too much and not about other people. I say that because a lot of people will say, okay, I need to invite to coaching. I need to find working coaches so that I can get Diamond, so that I can go start Diamond, so that I can become an elite coach, so that I can. And I'm here to tell you, it's not all about you. It's about the people who need coaching in their life so that they can have a life transformation like maybe you have experienced or like you're trying to build. If you're trying to build it, someone else is. Coaching got me out of prison. I will forever say that because I was a prison nurse. I worked on a level 2 prison yard, and my job was to see inmates every day for their health concerns. I worked in several riots. I did it through 2 pregnancies. And coaching came into my life after my firstborn. And it literally was I was Googling work from home nurse jobs. Side note, so many healthcare professionals are Googling work from home nurse jobs right now. I promise you. So take advantage of that. They're looking for you right now. Build a business from home. But I started working full-time in a prison, 40 to 60 hours a week. And I worked this coaching business on the side for 2 years before I was able to quit my nursing job full-time from home. That changed my life. And I didn't want anything to do with it in the beginning. So this is going to change somebody's life only if you offer it to them. Okay. So this, I think, is the most important piece to get us all out of our heads and start focusing on other people and not just on our own selves. Don't let your own insecurities and your own fears get in the way of someone else changing their life. That would be selfish of us, right? Do we agree? Okay. Hopefully so. I'm hoping I got everybody admitted. Okay, what are we inviting to? So pretty much everyone on this call is from our Diamond Bet, I believe. And so I am co-leading with 5 other amazing women, a coach informational webinar on Thursday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time. That info is in our Diamond Bet group. It's in my team page if you're a part of my team. If you don't have that information, reach out to either me or your upline coach and make sure that you have it. That's what we're inviting to specifically. We have a specific event to invite to. So I wanted to make sure that you have clarity on that, because that's going to change your conversation that you're having with people, right? If you're a brand new coach, I felt this way, and I know a lot of new coaches feel this way as well. Why would anyone want to learn about coaching from me? I know nothing. You're right. You do know nothing, and that's okay. It's actually an amazing. You're never going to. I always like to say this. You're never going to be a new coach more than one time, and there's a very unintimidating benefit that you have. You're inviting people to learn with you. You're not claiming to be the professional know-it-all, nor should you, because that will take away some of your credibility. You don't overnight become a business master and a business mentor and know everything, and that's okay. Don't pretend to be that. Just say, hey, I'm learning about this business opportunity from home. I want to know if you wanted to learn about it with me, because I think you'd really love it, right? That's very genuine. If you are a veteran coach and you do have some time and experience under your belt, that's awesome. Speak from that place. Speak from your place. So invite them to learn from you. Invite them to learn from your team. Your team is hosting this informational webinar. Even if you're not the one speaking, part of your team, your organization is hosting this informational webinar. It's a professional thing. And then invite them to be mentored by you. Does that make sense? Any questions there? I need to open the chat box so that I don't miss anything. Zoom. Okay. Hashtag Beachbody got me out of prison. Yeah. I think compliance will probably be down my throat for that too. So if you ever have watched any of my YouTube videos, I have a lot about Shakeology. I'm a total nerd about that. I absolutely love it. And so I have a very close relationship with our compliance department. Okay, next, who are you inviting? If you want, like, take a screenshot of this or a picture or whatever, because I want you to remember that you have specific areas of people that you want to pull from for your best odds of being successful. And I also see that a lot of people get in their heads and think, I don't have anyone to invite to coaching. No one would want to do this. Well, that personal trainer, there's no way I'm going to invite her. There's no, like, she has way more experience than I do. So she wouldn't want anything to do with this. What would she think? I'm not going to invite this person because she's way too busy. I'm not going to invite this person because she doesn't have any money. Again, it's not about you. It's about them. Do not ever answer and put the answer from someone else in their mouth for them. I don't know if I said that right, but I think you know what I'm saying, right? It's only your job to offer this gift. And if they don't want to accept that gift that you have to offer, then that's on them, not on you. Okay, so I put people in yellow who are going to be easier, more primed, for lack of a better word, for you to invite to coaching. These are the people that you want to reach out to first. Number one, customers who are crushing it. So people in your challenge group, in your bod groups, in your accountability groups who have signed up with you and have had an amazing transformation, people who already love Beachbody. Obviously, those are going to be your first choice to invite them to coaching. They're a no-brainer. I'm going to tell you, even if people have told you they don't want anything to do with coaching, still invite them, because I wanted nothing to do with coaching. I literally told my coach, who was a stranger to me at the time, hey, I'm a full-time nurse with a new baby and my husband's in law enforcement and on call 24/7. So I don't have the time for coaching. However, I like TJ Maxx and Ross and to get a good deal on things. So give me the coach account. But again, I don't want anything to do with coaching. And she said, okay, no problem. But if you want to invite people to the group that I run, you can sign them up with you as their coach and then put them in my group and you'll earn, a referral for it. And I was like, oh yeah, duh. And I signed up 4 coach accounts within my first 3 days, because it like clicked, and she didn't just write me off because I said I didn't want anything to do with coaching. And I share that with you because it's true for so many successful coaches right now. So don't ever write people off. You have to at least offer them, attend this webinar. Let me know what you think. If they don't attend it, that's fine, but at least you offered, right? Okay, pool of people. Number 2, customers who went MIA. A lot of people will show up for other people before they'll show up for themselves. And so if you have customers who went MIA and never stuck to anything, reach out to them. And I'm going to share with you a sample message of what you could send them, but reach out to them and say, hey, I haven't seen you in our group. How are things going? I know you've been struggling with consistency, and maybe this is something you could relate to, which is awesome to always use that. But if not, you can say, I know for some people, they'll show up more when other people are counting on them showing up before they'll show up for themselves. Do you think that's true for you? If so, have you ever considered becoming a coach? Because that has added a whole other accountability layer for so many people. Just having that coach account and becoming a coach of yourself first with the intention of inspiring other people, it really does add that accountability layer. And ask, because I know I have coaches on my team who only became a coach for that reason. You never know how it could resonate with them. Okay, next, discount coaches. People who signed up only for a discount. Still invite them to this 100%. So now they're going to be, some of those will be preferred customers. Make sure that you're still speaking to this opportunity and the potential. If they want a discount, that means that they would love the idea of not ever having to pay for their Shakeology or pay for their products. Show them how easy it can be to refer a few friends and do this. Invite them to our webinar. Next, close friends. So people, for those of you who have never gone on our Success Club trips, I know COVID's changed the world with all these and several have been canceled, but any of our live events, you want to go with your best friends. Like, let's be honest. So I've been on, I think the last one was the Caribbean cruise, last one that we have. And I went with a coach of mine and her husband and met some of my best, closest friends I actually met on that cruise ship from Beachbody. And you want to be in close quarters with some of your best friends. You want to grow this business with some of your best friends. You want to be able to push to go to Mexico or Punta Cana with some of your best friends. So reach out to some of your best friends and say, hey, I know you might think I'm crazy, but I'm learning more about this coaching thing and I would really love to do this together. Humor me. Will you be on this webinar with me Thursday night? We can, have a glass of wine together and put masks, charcoal masks on our faces and listen to this and let me know what you think. Make it fun if that's something that you and your girlfriends do. And then lastly, anyone who liked your post about coaching and in your stories. And this is huge. Almost every coach who says, I need to find more business builders. I wish I had found more people who wanted to work the business. I want to find more people who want to work the business. Almost all of them are not talking about coaching and the business and teaching about it at all anywhere. So if I was to Google how to be a successful Beachbody coach, would your name pop up? If I'm thinking in my head, I want to be a successful Beachbody coach, would I want to join your team based on what you put out there? Put it in the chat for accountability purposes. I remember when I asked myself that and I was like, nope. They would come to me for weight loss maybe because I talk about that a lot, or holistic health advice because I talk about that a lot. I want to find business builders so that we can build this together and together reach more people, but I'm not talking much about the business. If I'm honest, I'm not confident in helping people when they come to me for the business. Shoot, I got to change that. And so that's what I want you to have the mindset of. If that's not you, say, shoot, I got to change that instead of, dang it, poor me. I'm doing a bad job. I'm a bad coach. Don't go that way. Don't go Debbie Downer. Go the opposite way. Be solutions oriented. I got to change that. I want you to start teaching about coaching and making YouTube videos. That's what I did, and it shifted everything. So how to become emerald in 24 hours, how to become diamond in 30 days, how do you make your first $500? If you don't know those answers, Go learn them and then make a video about it on Zoom, teach about it, upload it to YouTube. And I promise you, it's going to change everything for you. Okay. I digress. Post about it also on Facebook, on Instagram. So I did if you want to look up the post that I just did, oh gosh, 3 posts ago, my Instagram is health_patriot. I'll put it in the chat. And you can see the one that I did. By the way, like my team name's Health Patriot Nation, so I'm obviously very patriotic. A lot of my family's in law enforcement and military. That's my brand. Okay, so if you find me on Instagram, that's a lot of what I will be speaking of. So it's this picture. That's my last coaching post that I did. If you want to go look at who I'm speaking to, it will be very obvious in my post. Again, I'm a nurse and I'm very patriotic. So I have a lot of people who follow me that have similar values and perspectives on things. And I invited them to the webinar. Do a post that's something like that to where you can invite every single person who likes that post. I'm going to go invite them personally, one-on-one. And when you share about these things, it becomes way easier to invite to it. If you don't ever talk about it, then it's going to become like people are going to think it's from left field. That why are you inviting me to something? I don't know that you know anything about it. Does that make sense? Okay. And then next is people on social in your groups. Make sure you're clear on who you're looking for. We kind of talked about that. I would encourage you to make a list of 5 to 10 traits of what you're looking for in an ideal coach and talk about that. And then who's Googling work from home jobs right now? Talk to those people. Invite those people. We are in a very unique, bizarre time in the world. And when you speak to those people who need this opportunity, it's going to be much easier for you to find them. Does that make sense? How do you find the people who search work from home other than using the hashtag yourself and them finding you? So there's a lot of, everybody knows what's going on in the world right now, right? There's a lot of healthcare workers that are being forced out of their jobs. And this is not meant to be political by any means. I'm just saying the reality of it is that. And so there's a lot of people who went into healthcare to serve people who are now being forced out of their jobs if they don't get the COVID vaccine. And those people are left with no income, devastated, and they're looking for a job. Speak to them. If that is you, speak to them. Erica, you could absolutely identify with them. Speak to them every day. Find those people. And this is across many different states and many different areas. So they're going to be speaking out about their situation. Invite them. Again, this is serving them. This is not about you. This is about you serving them, right? Okay. And lastly, how do we do this and what to say? Again, you attract what you put out there. So make sure that you're talking about your journey to coaching, every piece of it, no matter where you're at. There's nothing too new for this. What attracted you to this? Why did you decide to do it? What were your struggles? What were your insecurities? That's going to be other people's insecurities. And so talk about those. Talk about it in your stories. I'm going to show you really quick a Facebook event that I created. I don't do this all the time, but I did for this event on Thursday. Let me see. Yeah. No, that's today's. Nope. Okay. So I created a Facebook event from my personal page. This is our graphic. I believe it's in our Diamond Bet group now, the graphic. If not, we'll put it in there. But this is something that you can create an event about, put it in your stories, do a post about it. But the cool thing about creating an event is when you go to invite people on Facebook, you can invite everyone, like all friends. I invited like 400 and something this morning, I think. You can just select all alphabetically and go through. I mean, it kind of sucks because I'm friends with a lot of Beachbody coaches. So I kind of went through, but it's a very simple way to invite a lot of people. You write one post about what it's about. You can introduce yourself in your event, or you can use my event. It doesn't matter. It's public. So I'm Jessica Lanier on Facebook if you're not friends with me there. And that's a very simple way to invite people. Okay, so that's one option. And then I'm going to show you right now what to say. And then we're going to spend the rest of this time inviting. Okay. So first of all, I just want you, it's so important that you are a normal person, that you speak how you speak. I am not a hey girl. I'm not a hey girl. So for me to say hey girl in my messages does not sound like me. And if I got a hey girl message, it would totally turn me off and I'd probably block the person. Maybe not, but I just wouldn't, that's not my verbiage. Use your words. So be a normal human, use normal words, be genuine, don't be weird. Okay. So I'm going to show you a couple examples. First, I'm going to actually share this in the chat so you guys can pull it up on your computer if you're working from home. Here we go. So feel free to pull that up. I'm going to obviously share it here, but here's some examples of how to invite a current challenger who is crushing it, what to say to them. And I love anonymous alligator. I see you all in here. That's fantastic. Here's an example of how to invite a current challenger who's gone MIA. Here's a sample invite to a non-customer who you follow on social media. There's 2 examples here. Invite to someone who you know needs the coaching business on social. So this went out, this is an example of like what you could send to a nursing friend. And I tried to word this to where it wasn't from me because I could say I'm a nurse. I can identify, I know why we got into this profession. But I kind of did that so that anyone could write that. But it's so funny seeing everybody in here. I want to read a couple of these just so you kind of get the feel of how the heart behind this. When you have the right intention, it will not be salesy. It just won't be. So this first one, let's see, let's do this one. Hey Jen, I'm so inspired by you and how you're showing up in our group. Seriously, you're killing it, girl. Have you ever thought about becoming a coach yourself? Pretty much doing the things a coach would do already anyways. I actually have a coach info webinar coming up on Thursday. Would you be up for checking it out with me to see if you feel like it's something you'd be interested in? I know for me, if someone sent that to me, I would be like, oh, okay, that's cool. And maybe they're going to say, sorry, I'm busy Thursday. You can say, no problem. You want me to send you the recording? It's so simple. It's genuine human interaction, as if you genuinely are giving someone a massage gift certificate, or you're giving someone a recommendation for an incredible pediatrician that you found, something that's going to positively impact your life. That's the mindset behind inviting to coaching. Does that help anyone? Is like make that mental shift? Does that resonate with anyone? Have you already been doing that? Okay, awesome. I'm just going to read one more. This is a sample invite to a non-customer who you follow on social media. And hopefully you've had some sort of engagement with them or liked their stuff at least and showed them that you're interested in who they're about. Jen, I just love what you're about and your energy on here. Seriously, you inspire me on the regular. Have you ever done any kind of coaching before? If not, have you ever thought about it? More people need what you have to offer, my friend. I stumbled into it a while ago and it's been so fulfilling and life-giving. There's actually a coach info webinar coming up on Thursday. Would you want, oh gosh, I had a typo. Would you want to check it out with me? If I got that, I would be honored. Thanks for thinking of me. Even if they say no, at least you thought about them and you were inspired by them, right? No one's going to be offended by that kind of message. Does that help? Do you recommend sending the invite before sending the invite to the event on Facebook? So either way, there's not a wrong or right way to do it. It's up to you. And I shared these different avenues because everybody's life is different. I'm in a very unique, this is probably the most challenging phase of coaching for me right now because we just moved to North Idaho from California and I have 3 little kids and no help. My husband just started his own business. And so he's gone a lot. So for me, I have very minimal work time. So for me, the Facebook event's fantastic because I can invite 500 people in a couple of minutes. Not quality, but I still can invite them. I talk in my stories a lot. And then during any kind of free time that I have, I will be sending these one-on-one invites more on Instagram or off of my posts that I do about coaching. That's personally what I'll be doing. The most important thing is to send them. Any questions about these things? Okay. So back here really quick, we are going to take action. So here are the 5 steps. Number 1, I want you to get some sort of tracking device, whether that's a spreadsheet that you use or a notebook, or it doesn't matter to me, but I want you to write down who you're inviting. Number 2, I want you to open up the sample invites or create your own sample invite that you're going to send to people. That way you can go through these more quickly. Number 3, decide who you're going to invite this morning. So we've got about 30 minutes left. Are you going to invite from a post? Are you going to invite from your stories? Are you going to reach out to your challengers in your bod group? Focus on a group or a couple groups this morning. And then number 4, set your intention on how you're serving every person you message. This is the most important. How are you going to impact their life by sending these invites? And then let's get to work. Sound good? Any questions before we move forward? Does everyone have clarity on how they're doing this and who they're inviting?
Jessica, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Did you create the event from your personal Facebook or from your business page?
All right. So I actually tried to create it from my business page, and it did a really weird thing and deleted everything. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. So I just created it from my personal page. I get way more traction there anyways.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. No, good question. Okay, guys, I'm going to put some music on. And then let's get to work. I'm going to stop this share, and the rest of this call, we will be working. If you have questions or you have hangups, please unmute yourself and ask. I will try to keep an eye on the chat as well. So, yeah. So Steph asked, so we have to have a post or stories to invite from our social media, and I feel like I need to start there. Do you think it would be better to go in my back office? So if you have not talked about coaching at all in your stories or on a post, then you can go to your back office and invite any of your customers who are already Beachbody customers of yours and go through. Hopefully everybody knows how to access Coach Office. I know it just updated. So just play around with it and go to your customers and say, hey, how's it going? Check in first. Be interested in their journey. Be interested in them. How can I best support you? I just wanted to let you know we've got this coach webinar coming up on Thursday. It's an awesome way to help more people and get your products paid for, earn some side money. Everyone's looking for side money right now. Would you like me, you can either say, would you like me to send you the info, or here's the information. Does anyone want the Zoom link like handy for Thursday night? I can post it in the chat if so. Yeah, okay. I will get that for you.
Yeah, isn't it amazing how a man can find himself alone? Calling to the darkness for an answer that he's never known. Yeah, isn't it amazing how God can take a broken man? Yeah, let him find a fortune, let him ruin it with his own two hands. And he climbs on up the hill on a rock on which he stands. He looks back at the crowd, he looks down at his hands, and he says, I am a difference maker. Oh, I am a difference maker. Oh, I am the only one that speaks to him. I am, and there's the friends of God. how a man can find himself alone. Calling to the darkness for an answer that is never known. Yeah, isn't it amazing how a God can take a broken man? Yeah, let him find a fortune, let him ruin it with his own two hands. Walking up the hill to the rock on which he stands. He looks back at the crowd, he looks down at his hands, and he says, I am the difference maker. Oh, I am the difference maker. Oh, I am the only one that speaks to him. I am the friendliest of friends of God. I am on the fence about nearly everything I've
Kathleen, that's so
seen.
exciting.
I felt the fire get put out by too much gasoline. We're all strangers passing through a place in town. Afternoon, life is but a vision in a window that we're peeking through. Helpless conversation with a man who says he cares a lot. It's a passive confrontation about who might throw a punch or not. We are all transgressors, we're all sinners, we're all astronauts. So if you're beating death, then raise your hand, but shut up if you're not. 'Cause I am a difference maker. Only one who speaks to him. And I am the friendliest of friends of God. I am a difference maker. Oh, I am only one who speaks to him. And I am friendliest of friends of God.
I want to ask you guys really quick, just in case this is a hesitation of yours. Does anyone hesitate to invite to coaching because you feel inadequate to help them be successful? If so, please drop it in the chat. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me turn the music on. Okay. So if you feel, okay, I felt that way too. I just want to make sure that you know if someone really wants this, they don't need an upline to be successful. However, there are simple things that you can do to support them. You don't ever want to set the expectation that you're going to drag your people. That will make you feel so burnout and resentful, and you're going to want to quit. Don't ever set that expectation. I'm going to share with you guys. First of all, you all have uplines. Most, I'm guessing you have amazing uplines. However, I'm going to drop in a chat what my new coach checklist is that I've edited and updated, just in case it could be helpful for you to create something similar. And it has to do with the new coach training, the getting started training in the back office. If you have not looked at it, everybody needs to look at it because it's so simple now and it's so effective, and I highly recommend it. Know that if someone joins you with a coach account and they want to build a business, all you have to do is send them to that getting started training in the coach office. In doing that, you are empowering them. Okay, so don't let that be a limitation of yours anymore. But I will put my new coach getting started training or checklist in the chat box in case that's helpful for you to feel more confident inviting to coaching.
Hey, Jessica.
Yeah.
You explained this, but I feel like I'm trying to figure out how to do it. So I'm sharing the invite. I'm looking at it on my phone from my Facebook page, from my personal Facebook page. Is there a way, I've done this accidentally before, but a way to share it so it looks like it's my event, but doesn't have like your guys' wording and like, because I see like the share option,
Mm-hmm.
but does it share just like what you got? And then it gives you like, say something about this event. Is that what I want to do? Or do I want to create my own event with the info link and your picture? Because currently if my friend opens it, it has like your guys' message and I want to reword it so it sounds like it's like personal from me.
Yeah.
So my own event with the link and your picture or just share. Okay.
Yeah. If you want to change the wording, then you'll want to create your own event.
And then just use that photo and that link.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect.
Mm-hmm. And you can copy our verbiage and then change it if you're wanting to use like some of it and not have to reword everything. That'll save you time. Would you put the Zoom link in your Facebook event or have them ask for it? If I'm creating a Facebook event, I personally put the Zoom link in there in the event page. But if I'm doing a post, I have them ask me for it. Yeah. I feel like the event is an invitation in themselves and them requesting information. And so I put the information in there. Good questions. Steph, looking for, did you find your customers in your back office? Let me open that. So in your back office, you're going to go under reports and then my customers. And that's how you're going to find that. You should be able to see it still. Yeah, try that. Reports and then my customers, and then I can see them all. I know we have some new coaches on here, so let me just show you this really quick, which if you're new, you probably won't have a huge downline yet, but this is a really powerful tool. So this is the back office. You're going to go under reports, my customers. To find your customers, you're going to want to go, if you want to email all the coaches in your organization, go to sponsorship drill down. But either way, you'll click on my customers, and then you're going to click select from. You can either do your personal email or your Beachbody email, the email that's associated with your Beachbody account. I'm going to select all, and now I can send everyone an email. So it's going to go to 814 people, and I'm going to write an email in here, and it's a very simple way to email all of your customers one time. Huge time saver. So you could, again, do it for your customers, and then you can do it for your coaches as well. Samantha asked, do you invite people from the customer program even if you've had no conversation with them? So I would, because they're still part of Beachbody. They are only your customer because they bought something from Beachbody already. And so I would, again, start a conversation by being interested in them, ask them how they're doing. How's your experience with Beachbody been? Is there anything I can do as your coach to support you? And then you can lead it into, I'm not sure if you'd be interested in the coaching side of things. our company is exploding with the launch of our mixed fitness bikes coming next month, with us becoming a publicly traded company, with our new live Beachbody on Demand classes. P.S. Have you tried those? Again, make it very appealing and interesting, and show them how it could help them. And then say, I have a webinar coming up if you'd like to check it out with me. Share the verbiage for the email in the chat, like what I would send my customers, you mean, Rachel? It would probably be, is that what you meant?
Yeah, I didn't know if you already had it. If you could copy and paste it, you don't have to go
Oh,
over it again. I was just trying to make it easy for everybody.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. So I will, trying to think, I think I sent one out. The one thing I wish they did when you send out an email to all your customers, there's no way to get a copy of it that I know of. Like
I know.
I like so many times I'm like, God, I forgot to copy that to send that in another business center. Yes. So I will write a quick little message in the chat and that you guys could use, but it's similar to the invites that I like, the invites that I would put that I sent you guys the Google link for. And then let me get you the event link to Stella. I saw that. 1 second. Here's the link to the Facebook event that I put together for my personal page. If anyone wants to copy any of that verbiage, it is a public event, so you could technically invite people to that. But if you want to create your own, and you can download the graphic on the header as well. To give you guys a heads up, Shane, I think you're on here. But there's 6 of us. We're all very different in our backgrounds, and we're sharing our stories on Thursday night in 3 to 5 minutes each. But then we're also touching on our objections that we had that are very common. So I had my ego get in the way because of my background and being a decade in the healthcare industry. I thought I was better than Beachbody, I'll be honest with you. And I didn't have the time because of what I've shared before of working in a prison with a new baby and a husband on call 24/7. Sarah, one of my newer coaches, is going to be on, and one of her objections was she's done several network marketing companies before. What would people think? And so I'm really excited for her to share her experience and her story. She's also a very busy mom of 2 boys and an entrepreneur. And she's a serial entrepreneur, very successful at that. And then I know that Shane, I'm not sure if you're still on here, if you wanted to share, looking through all of our people. And Sala, I know that you are going to be sharing. We've got some like women in the beauty industry who do hair and nails and their success with coaching. Shane, I see you on here.
Hi, I'm here. Yes.
Okay,
I'm here.
perfect.
Hi, guys. So, you know what might even be good is if while you guys are finishing up, is there an objection that you didn't just hear that you think, oh my gosh, I wish someone would talk about this? Because just because they're our objections, I'm kind of curious because mine are similar to the ones that were already stated. Is there something that it's like, I wish someone would speak to this? Because we can always add that. Or if there's something that you're like, I wish there was a webinar that talked about this, we could always throw that in there. So if you guys have any thoughts for us, tell us, because we're still kind of working out the agenda.
Yes, great point. We're just so you guys know that we will be talking on very common ones, right? So time, money, is Beachbody scam, like that kind of stuff. I'll be speaking to nurses and healthcare providers, like what mentorship you're going to have. And then at the end of sharing our stories, then we're going to say what we do as a coach in very plain terms, and how to get started. So that's going to be kind of like the flow of Thursday night. Okay, I'm going to type up a quick sample email that you can send your customers and put it in the chat. I'm going to put the music back on for a few more minutes. We'll work for 5 more minutes, and I'll respect your guys' time, and then I'll let you go. But please unmute yourself if there's something that's holding you back still, something that you're like sitting there staring at your phone and you're like, I'm just going to go play around on Candy Crush. Please speak up. Welcome, Megan.
Out upon the waters, the great unknown, the feet may fail, and there I find you in the mystery, in oceans deep, my faith will stand, and I will call upon your name, and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours. You are your grace abounds in deepest waters. Your sovereign hand leads my path. Your feet may fail, fear surrounds me. You never fail, and you won't stop now. So I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, and you are Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon.
All right, you guys, we have reached our cap time. I wanted to let you know that I did put a sample email to a customer list. I wrote that really quickly, so I didn't look for typos or like grammar things. But please feel free to copy that really quick in the chat and save it onto your phone or your computer in your note section. If that's something that you would like to do, it's a fantastic idea to send out to all of your customers. I put the link to the webinar in here. I put the Facebook event link that I created if you want to use any of that verbiage. I put my new coach getting started checklist in here. Did everyone get all those things? Does anyone have any last minute questions before we jump off? Was this helpful? Did anyone feel like they got out of their head a little bit? Okay, good. I'm so glad. Remember not to reinvent the wheel. So this recording, you're all going to get it. Yes, I will wait for you, Steph. You're going to get this recording, so send it to people. If you have coaches who are hesitant about inviting to coaching, send it to them. You're going to get the slide stack. You can revisit those. And if we really are serious about doing big things and making a big difference in this world, and we really want our customers who need to lose 200 pounds to be brave and do hard things, we have to go first. That's leadership, is going first and affecting positive change in the people that are following you. If they're not taking action, that's not true leadership, right? So we have to go first and do the hard things. Steph, did you get to copy it? Does anyone else need a few seconds?
Where did that, you said you put your new coach training link in here?
Yeah, I did.
I think I found it. Okay.
Okay, it's a Canva link. It's just my Canva. I make it in Canva. Oh, so Chelsea's asking, how did I add the requirements on my event? I'm a very sarcastic person, if you didn't catch that already. But I put like requirements for my event is a positive attitude and a facial mask, like a charcoal detoxifying facial mask and a glass of wine. I think is when I created the event, it asks you if you want to do a class or an event or something. Like there's two options. And when you click the class one, it says do you have any requirements? And I had never done that before. So that's what I put in there. Again, it's important for you to speak to the people that are going to resonate with you. You're going to work much better with people who resonate with who you are and the things that are important to you. You're welcome. Anyone else? Thank you guys. Again, if you want to see the last coach post that I did, my Instagram is health_patriot. You can go check that out. Feel free to utilize that for tips and tricks. You will see again how I'm speaking to a very clear audience that will resonate with that. Don't be afraid to do that one way or the other. Okay, guys, I'm going to let you go. I hope this is helpful. Have a great day. Go change some lives. Bye.